welcome. Worchitah's back. A Motorsport Manager released the sequel to Motorsport Manager 3, which was a sequel of 2 and the very first one, which makes this kind of a sequel to the PC version because they stopped updating that as well. Anyway, we're here with the game which will probably not be updated for another 4 years, or I have no idea. Anyway, I will be comparing this to the old game, but we'll be starting a new career mode, and this is basically a road to glory, to all the way to the top. I assume we'll be starting in the open wheel sprint. Anyway, so let's see here. Now, one thing. Now, let's just begin the career mode. Okay, I won't complain too much in this. I won't complain too much at the beginning, but you'll see my complaints over time. All right, so the first thing we have here is that we have financial, ex-driver, and ex-mechanic. Now, I don't really think having a 5% cost of no purchase will really help us that much. Being an ex-driver will help drivers improve faster. We can just get better drivers, right? Or do we go with ex-mechanic where we get more research points? Now, this is what I'm thinking here. If our drivers get to improve 50% faster, we have the right, we have people who are in the car there who can really get more out of it. But when the driver reaches his maximum, or his or her maximum, they reach their ultimate potential. There's nothing more we can get from that. But with an ex-mechanic and we keep on getting more research points, each time we need to develop the car more and more and more. And if it's such that the car becomes overpowered, then what's wrong with that? It's all good. Anyway, so we'll call our driver Worchitah. Yes, this is very, very smart. Where is Zimbabwe? Yeah, let's change the surname. Worchitah Gaming, of course. Imagine being called gaming in your surname. Of course, the team will be named after me. I'll be Worchitah Gaming. Of course, it's going to be have to be open wheel racing, single seater racing. I'm never going to do GT. No, it's not that cool. Okay, I've never taken a prime interest in such. I like what they've done with the open wheel sprint logo. They've actually changed it, given it some kind of identity, made it a bit blue and everything. There's something to it now. But beyond that, I don't see much. This livery seems good enough. We could randomize the livery designs. This looks like McLaren 2017 or something. Okay, it gives me those vibes. Of course, it looks nothing like it. I mean, look at the way look at where the colors fit in. That's not where it was at all. And that light blue texture, it's not what the McLaren gaming racing. Are you serious? Whoever suggesting these names needs help. Oh my, the one which was there right before was perfect. This gives me Haas vibes, Haas 2019 vibes. I can't lie with you. But the one which I skipped over, I tapped it too quickly. Alright. Alright, this one's meh. This one looks like Ferrari, but more successful. No. Decent, but no. I missed the one that I skipped now. This one looks decent. This is actually a clean livery. I can't lie with you. Should we go with it? Looks like a clean livery. But you know what? It's not what I want. It's not perfect. Okay, this one's not too bad. But we'll keep on scrolling. No. I mean, it should repeat liveries at some point, right? Oof. Okay. I guess we can go with... Hold on. This one. This would be our livery, alright? I have nothing else to pick from. Anyway, the team will be called... Okay, we never finished Worchitah racing. So Worchitah Racing will be the name of the team. I never finished my Motorsport 3 series because I don't know why. Gaming Racing. Oh my goodness. We can't put Worchitah Racing as a name. Okay. We'll put Worchitah GGT. Worchitah GGT. Here we are. What does that even stand for, you ask? Well, that simply doesn't matter. The fact that it sounds cool and somebody might actually watch Worchitah GGT take on the world of motorsport is what makes it special. Okay, Worchitah GGT. Okay, let me think here. I think Worchitah GGT is a decent name. If it's terrible, we can update it over time, which is likely to happen considering my conservative nature. Anyway, the car will be focused on handling for the drivers. No, we want speed. We want straight line speed. We can improve the cornering. Yes, we want an epic engine and gearbox. Rising talent. No, we do not want rising talent. Do we need a paid driver? I'm not sure. Our star driver can be some, I guess, rising talent. The driver improves over time. Yeah, that would probably help. But we want to go up the rankings as quick as possible. Yeah, we'll go with Wellington Rocha. Because yeah, I see that the driver will start to degrade soon. If the driver's degrading soon, then what are we doing here? So we'll go with high potential. Yes, high potential. As for the paid driver, he sucks so much. His money, him helping us invest money into the car won't even help. Of course, I know what I'm doing. I've been playing this for many years. My friends kind of criticize that at times. But anyway, yeah, we'll change the livery over time. The Worchitah GGT MK1. This is perfect. All right, so I just want to say something about the car. You know, if they made the car look like a 2021 Red Bull, like the car in the game like a 21 Red Bull, it would have been the game would have been so much better. But no, you see, I'm just gonna say one thing. Play sport games needs to start need someone with big money to invest into their game. Otherwise, what are we doing here? They should seriously consider doing this. You people, reduce your volume. Anyway, we move on now. Our second driver is really terrible. She's basically the paid driver. When it comes to skill level and that other experienced veteran when it came to nationality. So let me see if I can find a better driver. Let's see here. Anyway, let's see here. I can clearly see some better drivers already. I see that paid driver still on the market. This guy doesn't quit, doesn't he? We'll go with Garrett Hardy. Good talent. I will approach the driver and hopefully we can get a deal. Alright. We're going to get a Brit in our team. You know what? We can go with equal. We can go with 153,000. Yeah, willing to underpay. Signing on fee is important. Are you serious? This is nonsense. I want a long contract. You're making me pay so much. Yeah, we'll propose that, and the deal should get over the line. You know what? I feel betrayed. Should we pay him more, or we should reduce the contract length? We need to increase something. We can pay him more. Oh, it worked out. Okay. To be honest with you, that looks like it doesn't make the mark quite, but it does, so I guess it's cool. Goodbye, Katrina Pescu. Yeah, we've just spent 1.810 billion just to get the deal over the line. And then there's the wages we'll have to undertake. But trust me, these guys are the future. We can go with guys to the Asia Pacific Super Cup, which is basically 2 tiers above us with them. Anyway, so there's actually sprint races. There's going to be an invitational for us to make extra money. This is the calendar. Yeah, we're gonna suffer with those cornerings, but you know, we picked speed and all the like, so we suffer for it. And speaking of, we have to start upgrading the car immediately. So let's see here. How do you change car focus? It's impossible. Are you serious? Anyway, we can do some research and development. So now there's some research and development points, which is pretty good. So I think that's a positive with the way the new game is. We can design a new front wing, the FW, the front wing one. Okay, we can design side pods, nose cones. Wow, they've really changed the game. That's cool. That's really cool. Can get brake ducts. So I think we'll build a front wing because that's what we're really lacking. Okay. Uh, Bending the rules costs money, but it does improve the car, so we will do it. Sometimes you've got to do what you got to do. Okay. Boost. There we are. Our car's gonna be amazing now. We spent $1 million into building this front wing. Then let's see our mechanics. That was Junmei. Wait a minute. How do you say this? Junmei Jiang. So I'm assuming that, okay, let's see here. Guan Yu Zhou is not how you're supposed to say it. Then you say Zhou Guan Yu. So it should be Jiang Junmin then. Alright. Then you have Kao Winkler, which is how you'd say it there, and Oidam Lal Nimpuya. Alright. If I botch that, my Indian viewers will tell me. Alright, let's see here. Then we have Ulud Ambogo. Ambogo does is not even something which you say in Shona or Debele. I don't know Debele, so I don't know what I'm saying. But that name sounds wrong. I'm just telling you. And then we have Musa. Okay, Musa sounds decent. As for Aboka, I mean the guy looks like he could be could be called Aboka, so I won't question that as well. Anyway, so our strategists are literally the worst on the grid. So Aboka and Gusenzu, they won't be staying with the team for long. I'll tell you that. And then we have designers. Yeah, we looked at our designers. They're pretty decent, except for Carl Winkler. We're gonna have to get rid of him. He can't even improve. Yeah, we're in trouble here, aren't we? Anyway, I mean, it's not like we have the money to just improve left, right, and center. Anyway, we'll spend money on some components as well. Okay, there's a suspension, there's a header. There's a header for like an engine or something. I'm gonna assume it is. Suspension. I'm gonna spend money on a suspension. Yes, we are spending money left, right, and center. The moment we have $1 million left, we know that we have to. Was that even worth it? The improvements are barely there, I must say. Anyway, that's fine. All right, so that really is. I want to say something. When you look at the way this game is now, you compare to the old version. There's a little bit more detail. It's a bit more simplified in some areas. For example, let me show you. Um, all right. I may not know what I'm talking about, but look, this is so simplified compared to what it was back in the day. It's a very clean situation, very clean presentation of the game. But anyway, we'll move on before I say gibberish that I'm not yet sure about, but it just feels that way. Anyway, the drivers are happy and everything. Okay, that's nice. Let's get to race number one after our new front wing is delivered. But I'll tell you one thing. The way I've played one race with this game, or actually two, and we have a new front wing. Our car is not really going to be something, isn't it? Our car is going to be special now. I want money. I don't need influence. I already have that with my skill. My skill to criticize the game in its areas and to know what's up where. Alright. We'll wait for more sponsorship offers. Oh boy, it's time for the race weekend. Alright, we better find more sponsors. We're gonna need sponsors now, so we'll go with Eve Technology. Alright, that means that we're going to be running on a profit. I guess we have to go with whatever this company is called as well. Motor Racing Magazine. No, it's actually Maxwell's beer. Alright. And then here they want us to finish second or above. That's not happening, and there's not even an upfront payment. I don't think we'll take it then. Yeah. Alright. Nope, we don't need that sponsor. They are useless. I do not expect us to finish second. We don't even have the top two cars in this. So we'll go with finishing ninth and above, and off we go to Miami. They traded Russia for Miami for this game due to the war in Ukraine. I'm going to say one thing. I understand their decision. On the other end, however, why would you pick Miami? As an F1 fan, it just reminds me of bad memories. They should have picked another circuit. Honestly, I was quite impressed by the Romania thing they were doing in Motorsport Manager online racing. It was interesting, but they should have put an actual new track, not just making the Black Sea GP, whatever it was, because everybody would just know it's Russia. But oh well, all right. Anyway, here we are, practicing Friday. All right, so we can either focus on the research. So, all right, so actually, I'm impressed by this. There's now practice on the mobile version. It was never there in the past. In the past, all you could do was improve the car. You couldn't even improve the car or anything. All you could do is improve your setup with a bunch of sketchy cards. In fact, Motorsport Manager Mobile 2 was the best when it came to making up a setup for the car than the previous game, because you actually had to think with your brain. Do you know that? In this one, you don't. In this one, you actually have to. I mean, I guess it's a balance between the two, and yeah, you're not getting into the specifics of the wing angles and the likely and those kind of things, but now it's like you have this much time in practice. What are we going to use practice for? And it's like in Formula One, where they say that we don't get enough FP1 or FP2 and FP3. We only get FP1 for a race, such as a sprint weekend, and then Mercedes get disqualified with Lewis Hamilton because of that. So those are their reasons. It contributes, no doubt. And I think here it's kind of the same thing, but of course we're not gonna get disqualified from the race because I don't think the mobile version has such situations. Anyway, we want research. It's gonna improve the team. We want to improve our qualifying setup, which leaves us 5 minutes for a car performance bonus. You know what? I don't need to improve. We need to improve in the race, okay? So I've thought this through. This one will go allocate half of our time to research, half of our time to our race pace, and then qualifying. We don't need to set up bonuses. We don't need them. We don't need a good grip position. We lose the position anyway at the beginning of the race when the drivers have a bad start. So what's the point? Think about it. Anyway, it seems that going all in on car performance tended to have a poor outcome. At least we got good research points and great on the other car performance thing we invested in. I'm really disappointed. 25 minutes allocated to that thing and we got nothing. Anyway, I know our customers has vibes, but come on, man, it's decent. I don't get half vibes when I look at it in my heart, but when I do think about it with my brain, I can see why you would think it has vibes, but it doesn't have has vibes. So anyway, the sponsorship bonus is 450,000 if you qualified P9 or higher. Okay, with the updates you put into the car, that should happen. Aha! Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to point out something. They still have that cards thing for qualifying setup. And I'll say one thing. I think combining that practice thing from the PC game, although there was never anything to do with research, it was just about trying to improve a race and qualifying. I think keeping this on Motorsport Manager 3 and having that new practice thing feature, that's an absolute plus for the game. I think they've improved that area quite spectacularly. They've done well. I've got to commend them for this. Alright, so we got 0 here. So honestly, I try to be a bit conservative here. It's only when the margins are very tight where I really decide, okay, we're going to, you see here when it says 3 to 7 and 0 to 4, you have to go 0 to 4 because you can get 0 or 1 or 2, meaning you get more upgrades. and there's less risk because 5 and 7 can end up with a 6. Here you go with nothing because 0 to 9. No, that's too much. That's just too much. Anyway, here we are. We obviously go 3 times speed because we don't have any time last year. I have an exam to study for. Let's see here. Rocha goes push to pass. Oh, Rocha end up on his lap. Here we go. Purple first sector because he was the first one out, but just went to turn green because of some Souza position from some other team. I haven't really looked into what the other teams look like, but does it really matter? This is not Formula One. This is not the World Motorsport Championship. We're not at the pinnacle of motorsport. We will discover who our real challengers are over time. Okay, 0 to 9 obviously because it's, look at that, you get 2 for 0 to 9. 2 skill cost of 2. Another, you see, this is so worth it. Here we're not gonna take the gamble obviously. You see, the day we take the gamble it pays off. Okay, here whatever we pick it will fail if we are wrong. So I think we go with 0 to 9. Yeah, that one paid off more. Imagine if the other one failed for 12%. So that works out and that checks out, and so we move on. So on P13 and P14, we've been trying to improve the car, and I think this is going to be our last round in qualifying, and we're probably going to get eliminated as a result, which is really disappointing. But Rocha is improving in the first sector. White second sector, he doesn't improve. He adds to his time. Are you serious? Rocha, you need to be serious. We need to improve times here. We need that sweet sponsorship money. But at least the team is not running on a loss. Outside of sponsorship money, we're running on a profit. So that does help. But this is unfortunate. Fumagalli. Oh boy. End of elimination round and we're out. So it's basically like this Q1 and then there's the shootout for Paul. I guess that's an interesting one. Maybe we should call ourselves Team Worchitah. What do you guys think? Yeah. The game says we are here in Miami. We're straight of the F1 season. Sprint. What's up with the sprint? Let's hope we can get some points in the sprint. Alright, so we don't even pit, right? Just make risk to go to. You know what? We'll increase our risk by a bit. Yeah. Alright, let's see how this goes. I understand that Hardy will be risking it more. He has more of a boost. But you see, Roger's literally doing better than the race so far. But they're both making good progress. There's a 33% chance you actually make a mistake, which means 1 out of the 3 laps. So I'm a bit concerned by that. But you know, we'll see how it goes. But hopefully we get away with it. And we get P8, and that should mean points in the sprint. And just like that, it's over. You see how short the sprint is, I'm telling you. So we got 1 point. So the Stonebridge Sprint Speedster seem to be the most dangerous team, followed by Ravenberg Autosport. So those would be our competition. In terms of where we want to be at the end of the season, we want to be fighting those guys. So you see, it's fans like this who say, "I hope you lose." You see, I don't know what to make of such. You just sound all right. I mean, I guess hoping a team loses is one thing. That's how I feel about Mercedes in 2018 and 19 and 2020 and 2021. So I guess it kind of adds up. I still kind of feel the same about Mercedes to this day, but it depends. It depends on the race. But anyway, yeah, that's fine. So we have Alfredo Silva and Renzo Fumagalli on the front row, followed by Tatiana Souza and Andrea Lopez. And then you have Lily Kong and Si Young Kong Kim. So in this game, there are more female racers at the pinnacle of motorsport in World Motorsport Championship, and even here on the lower rankings, there's more women. Unlike in real life, where they have to create things like F1 Academy and the like, which may or may not be positive initiatives, but we will see with time if those things actually do result in more women participating in pinnacle motorsport. Yes. Basically, it's half half. Like if you think about it, let's see how many women are on this grid. One, two, three, four, uh, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 20. So that's almost 50%. Yes. Anyway, let's see here. So in this universe, it turns out that F1 I can't. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna assume. No, you know what? Just moving on. I just was saying a bunch of facts and we move on with life. But what I meant to say was that if whatever initiatives the FIA and people are trying results in something like this, then they would have succeeded. Would they succeed is another whole question. Anyway, we move on. Uh, relationship with driver, medium tire performance. Are we even gonna use the medium tire? You know what? These strategists are probably gonna get fired at some point. So, but there's no need to improve the relationship, in my opinion. So we're gonna be doing a two-stopper for both drivers. Really, you could do a one-stopper with Rocha. Wait, the sprint changes your starting position. Really, so it's like the F1 sprint from 2022. Okay, that's a bit. That's alright, I guess. Rocha would do a two-stopper because it feels right. We can do something experimental. The one-stop strategy is like, what do you call it? I don't know. Anyway, the race has begun. Alright, so Rocha goes up to. Let's go, Rocha! Go down the inside, mate! Rocha is losing positions as well. In fact, Hardy's actually going to overtake him, heading into what is that 10-2. So we're currently in P10, which should mean points, if I'm not mistaken. Great, there's no screen to show how many points we're earning right now. Okay, so these are our pit stops plans. But let me see something here. Is there a way to tell? Are you serious? They removed the screen which shows how many points are being added in the drivers' championship. Maybe I can find that in preferences. If they actually remove that, I'm gonna be disappointed. Let me see here. Of course, we put on hard mode because I'm a tough player. Okay, like my chemistry teacher would always say, back in the day, you think you're hard stuff. Yes, of course I'm hard stuff. Anyway, we don't use ERS here. There's nothing to change the hard. So yeah, I guess the preferences remain the same. Imagine putting it on easy mode when you're losing a race. I bet you some people would do that. Those people and those pay to win players on Motorsport Manager online racing. You're gonna have to pit now. Yeah, we can't. This driver cannot keep the tires for that long. I'm gonna have to use my calculator for the next race. Otherwise, we're gonna have problems. That time will increase by 10 seconds for a 4% fix in car condition. Are you serious? This is unacceptable. I think it should be proportional. In fact, somebody should tell the developers to update the game in 4 years with that new feature. You see how terrible the game is. The fact that I'll be crying for updates that should be made in 4 years, meaning which actually means that these are the proper expectations one should have. Make your demands according to expectations, people. I'm telling you. Otherwise, you're gonna have problems. Alright, so I'm not gonna push the engine at the beginning of the race because it just results in problems. We have P1, we're doing the one step with Rocha. Let's see here. Yeah, he won't make it for more than another lap. So if we did 8 laps here, actually it's 7, which is quite disappointing. We're doing one more lap because I don't care. We need to do 8 laps. So you better push it, mate. Just keep the car in this. Okay, I'm gonna have to push the engine so that he loses, so that he has a little bit more speed. And into the final corner, lose a bit of time, but it was worth it. It worked out. Where will Haji come out? He's on the hard tire. He's behind his teammate, having been on the soft tire. His teammate was on mediums that were wearing out. Roger's having a better race than Hardy so far. That says a lot. Anyway, come on, Roger. We need to make this one strategy work. Clearly, what Hardy is on is not going to work out. Roger, you can't let that Dean person. Who's Dean, by the way? I can't even see. Oh boy. Dean just got past off Rocha. Maybe I should slow down the game so that you guys can keep up. Down the inside. Come on, Rocha. Rocha's clearly not making moves, but he does have 4 laps and he has some spare fuel. We'll make him use it. Alright, so Haji will have to pit for tires now. Yeah, we can pit for the softs. No, let's pit for the mediums. And then we make him attack. Alright, so Rocha's currently chasing Schroeder for P13. Rocha's tires, if we push on them now, we should be able to see the end of the race, I think. As long as I'm micromanaging the situation, of course, because we cannot fully trust the driver to know what he's doing. Send it down the inside, Rocha. That move was so it took them a sequence of 3 corners to actually settle out it amongst themselves. But anyway, that's pretty good. 3 laps. 36.6. That's too high. We have to go neutral for a little bit. Anyway, so Hardy's on medium tires. Yeah, the 2-stop strategy was clearly the weaker of the 2 strategies in the end. Roger should be finishing in the top 10, which means points for the team. And that's all we want to see, to be honest. Hardy's stealing fastest laps from the race leader. So the Stone Beast speedsters will get less points in the Drivers' Championship, making us look less terrible as a team, and which is what honestly matters in this situation. Roger will push on the last lap to try to get P9. All right. Come on, Rocha, push. Don't lose our P10 there to that 11. We're gonna lose P11. Oh, we survived on the line by 0.2 of a second. Oh, that's great. Actually, 0.3 of a second to be precise. So we grab a point there, but we still don't get any sponsorship bonuses. Yeah. Next time we should reduce our expectations, shouldn't we? I mean, I was trying to go for the more ambitious one. Imagine trying to put second for sponsorship expectations. We would have really suffered there. So we finished 7th, Worchitah GGT. Okay, I'm just saying that. What do you mean? We might go into GT? It's probably going to be a torrid time for us. Fairly average performance. We're not envious on the Sunbeam Speedsters. Yes, we did still a faster lap from them, but it's all in the name of fair competition. Anyway, here's my next complaint about the game. They still have Harry Chapman at Steinman Motorsport. That would be Lewis Hamilton. And then Aki Lippman is still there, which would be Valtteri Bottas or Nico Rosberg. Now I've wanted to say about... No, actually that would be Valtteri Bottas. Wait, who is Aki Lipponen? Wasn't Aki Lipponen at Williams or... Oh, so what did they update here? Honestly, I don't understand the update. I want to say something. I have never met a Greek F1 driver in my life. Okay? I don't remember this in 2019. I don't know what they updated from because it's just weird. They should have made it seem like 2023 Formula 1, these teams. It would have been so much cooler. But I guess they want to keep the game pretty... They want to make it original to them, but I guess that's fine. But honestly, copying Formula 1 when we came to the World Motorsport Championship was actually nice to watch. But now, I guess we are... Well, I'm gonna have to deal with this, so I guess that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So anyway, Formula 1 is a sprint race. So yeah. So when the open wheel sprint, as you can see, we have to go up European racing. I wanted to use my favorite teams actually from back in the day. Like Steinman, no. Panther, no. Rossini, definitely. McNeil, No, Razzato Corsa and Wenza Racing in the old games. Those teams, they're actually like they're some of the best teams like I've had to deal with in like old saves. Razzato Corsa, perfect team. Emirati Valbuena. Actually, the Asia Pacific Super Cup is where I spent most of my time playing on the PC version of Motorsport Manager. So it was one of the. It really. I still remember it, and I'm still playing that save to this day. It's been over a year now. So you have Emirati Valbuena, Boa Esperança. Yeah, Boa Esperança. That team would always dominate the world, the Asia Pacific Super Cup. And I would use Team Kirov. And I see they got rid of them because Team Kirov was actually Russian. So they replaced them with Team Kansas. You know what? You know what I'm going to say? I have something to say about this situation. But I'll say it in another way. I'll say it one day when I can say it in a more clean and complete manner. Because it is always hard to put what you feel and what you think into words. In a very clear and concise manner. And people will end up getting what? The wrong message. Anyway, moving on. Equipment list. Lucatelli. Okay, Lucatelli were decent. I remember them having a brown logo. Looks like it's changed. They had a brown car as well. They're like that team. Honestly, that team had some guy with a weird beard. He looked like he was the owner of what do you call it? He was William Story, the owner of Rich Energy. Yeah, I remember that guy. Nah. All right. And then there's GT National Championship. Okay, nobody cares about this. Okay, we'll get into GT one day. Okay, so Auderi Star Racing have got a new brand. Honestly, Auderi sound like Abu Dhabi Racing. I'm not lying with you. Jaguar Aratia bring a new rear wing to our dads. Alright, we're upgrading our car. The people upgrade our car. Oh yeah, I remember what they wanted to say. The game failed in putting out an R&D chart. They needed to put that in the game. It would have made the game so much better. Imagine you want to add more money to your team, but the problem is that what do you call it? You can't even what do you call this? You can't wait a minute, I just realized something. I have the game editor, which means I can actually edit the game. And I can make Max Verstappen and stuff. But honestly, there's no point. There's no point. No, we'll stick to the natural game. I'll make an F1 like series later. I'll have to play through the first 4 seasons so that I'm in Formula One as well, which just makes it more complicated. So yeah. Or we can improve the drivers. You see, if I gave them improvement points, they would have improved faster. But let's be honest with you, I'm probably gonna get some 5-star youngster one day, and at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter, guys. Come on. We don't have a reserve driver, right? Is there such in this game? It's just two of them, right? All right. They should add a reserve driver to this game. Yeah, I'm just saying. Anyway, so let's see where we stand in the Constructors' Championship. We are currently seventh with 7 points. So if our Daheri are bringing upgrades, we're in trouble. A little bit. It's a bit concerning. But as you can see, the Stonebridge Speedsters and Ravensburg Autosport, they are really up there. So I think where we want to be as a team is probably where Archer, BMR, and Rivata are. Somewhere between them by the end of the season, where you're earning about 29 points per race, as a team. 29 between 29 and 60, that's like 23 or 24, 22. So 23 race points per race. That would be really nice. I think if we get to that level, I'll be pretty pleased. So that's what we'll be aiming by the end of the season, 22 points per race. But of course, developing the car that quickly is another whole challenge. But anyway, let's see what we can upgrade again. I want to keep on upgrading the car. So as you can see, we're fifth position on most of these things. Can I see more information? You see here, the look of an R&D chart is really concerning. But at least you have these. At least you can see where you are in terms of all these statistics. Back in the day, they would be like your rear wing is this fast, your front wing is this fast, and the rear wing would only affect high speed and the like. and high-speed cornering, but now you can see that a front wing can affect braking and low-speed cornering, which is very impressive. I love that improvement to the game. But please put an R&D chart. And how do you even edit car focus? I keep on tapping left and right. Nothing happens. Nothing actually happens. Maybe it's because the drivers have equal whatever. Anyway, let me look on the calendar and see what's our next race. I'm gonna play another race for this episode. Unless the thing actually pauses because I ran out of memory. You know what? To avoid that, I will end the episode now and upload this and delete the data, and then we can put another episode after that. And then yeah, that's all for now. You know what I want? I want to be able to see cars move on the setting like this. You see, when you see a proper road, proper trees, a proper environment for racing, and it's not there in the game, and you can't zoom into it to this extent, it makes me question the game. We need to have that, okay? If we have that in the game one day, I'll be really happy. But we know that they're probably gonna make it now cost $10 to actually buy and stuff, which is actually really unfortunate. And well, well, this is not this is not other games, okay? Like FIFA Mobile. But people put the online component in this game, then people will pay to win. If you do that, some people can get it for free. Larger player base. But now there's F1 Manager, but it's on PC, it's not on mobile. And F1 Clash sucks compared to this, so it's still fine. So you know what? I'll give them one thing. Trying to compare this to F1 Manager won't help because it's a mobile game. Alright, so we get to unlock this when we have 40 research points. Anyway,